This is going to be a quick basic tweak overview of Res System, of how to kind of personalize your activities and really make them all your own. And some of the tweaks that people often make are really display options. How do we want it to look to our customer? What information do we want to display to them? Do we want to have wait lists turned on? Do we want to show seats that are available? I'm also going to spend a lot of time really on the customization of emails, and then the alerts and the cutoff time as well. So let's just jump right in. I'll give you a quick overview of how this might work. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come to Setup, you're going to go to Activities, and then you're going to choose your activity, and you're going to click View. And as soon as you do hit View, it's going to bring you in, and you've got this blue navigation bar across the top. Now, each one of these gives you the opportunity to kind of come in and really customize your activity here. But I'm going to focus really on these first three: details, emails, and alerts. A couple of sections of the details that people are often really interested in are the features where you can set some advanced tools here in terms of the maximum number of bookings per time slot and the minimum number of attendees that you need. So as an example, let's say you run a tour and you need to have at least, and there's 15 people who can take the tour, but you need at least 4 people in order for the tour to run. So what you could do is you could say minimum number of attendees is 4, which means the first booking that comes in needs to have at least 4 people in it. And after that, you'll take onesies and twosies. You can also set another feature here called max bookings per time slot. And this might be, again, 15 people, but you don't want more than 4 unique groups that come in. So that would be 4 maybe families that might come in. So even though you might have 15 people, if there were 4 groups of 2, that would be 8. This is just another limiter that you can put here as well. Now, also this waitlisting feature is pretty common and a nice feature that people like as well. So if your tours tend to sell out or your activities sell out, you can use this little button, turn on waitlisting, and what it does is on dates and times that you're sold out, it creates a list of people who want to go at that date and time as well. Now, as we scroll down this page, there's a few other things, and this is kind of the display front end piece. So you have the ability to come in here and decide what your front end customer is going to see. Now, most people just want to show the time. It's 7, the activity happens at 7 p.m. But you could also say, I want to not only show the time, but I want to show remaining spaces. And then if you want, you can even throw another threshold in here that says, but only show the remaining spaces when we get to 15 spots that are left. And that's one of the tweaks that you can do, again, for the front end that your customers can see. Now, let's talk a little bit about emails. There's 3 basic emails that can be set up: the customer confirmation email, the reminder email, and the thank you email. Now, you could also have an outstanding balance email if that's a feature that you need, but most people don't have that, so the first 3 are the most important. Now, the system has some generic emails that are set up, but you do need to engage a couple of them. Now, the confirmation email goes out automatically. As soon as the booking happens, the confirmation email goes out, but you have the ability to fully customize this this email confirmation. So you can come in and change the subject, as you can see I've done here, because normally it says your order, but I change it to your dinner cruise. You can see, this is a little section where the header shows up. This is where the footer content shows up. And as you make changes to this, you can come in and hit preview confirmation order. And what it's going to do is it's going to open up a little tab, and you can see, this is the section where the header shows up. This is the section where the footer shows up. Now, the default information that is sent is going to be the customer name, your logo, the order number, and what I call the financial details. How much the customer paid, the date and time of the activity, all of those pieces fit in here for the basics. Now, you obviously, again, have the ability to add content to this, and it's HTML ready, so if you wanted to add a map in here, you could do that. But a lot of times the confirmation email might not be the place where you put in a map. Maybe you want to go do that in the reminder emails. And so these are the ones that need to be turned on. And you can see we've turned them on here because normally there's not a number in here, but if you want a reminder email sent, you need to come on and decide when you want the reminder email to be sent. Now, most people send it out somewhere between 1 and 3 days prior. And again, you can put a little content subject override in here. This might be the time where you put in information about parking or maps that need to be included, or just a reminder to tell people to pack sunscreen and a hat, and also come ready to have fun. And then the last email is the thank you email. And again, same thing, just like the reminder email, you do need to set up when you want it to come. And you can just say, thanks, I want it to come one day after the trip has occurred or the activities occurred. You can put your own thank you line in here, and then you can put some additional content in here. So some people actually put links to surveys. Some people just put a discount code in there for another booking. Anything you want to put in those emails can be put in there. Now, the cool part about those is all of those emails come from your email address. They don't come from just, at Res System. They come from your email address. So your customers, when they look at it, they recognize your brand and your name that goes along with it. So that's the email section. The third part that I want to talk about in this is the alerts. And this is really powerful because there's several different alerts that you can set up. And we're going to talk about cutoff alerts, capacity alerts, and those are really the two we'll cover today. So cutoff alerts give you the opportunity to send yourself a little reminder when you are close to an end of booking. Now, there's actually a couple things that can be done here. And the first thing I'm going to talk about is the most common, which is when do you want to stop taking sales? And so what we're going to do is if I want to say 22 hours prior to the start time, I want to take the slot off sale. Now, what that means is 22 hours before that cruise is scheduled to leave, I don't want to take any more external bookings. Now, I can also set it up so that I can give myself a little reminder email that says, hey, we took your slot off booking tomorrow. Now, you can set those little tools up like that. Now, this is a very common one. A lot of people want to set a time when they want to stop taking bookings, and this taking slot off sales is really important. And you can either do it by hours, days, or minutes. Now, you can also put in one other little caveat. So maybe you say, I only want to take it off sale if I have not hit a certain threshold. Because maybe you say, hey, listen, this cruise is going out anyhow, right? And if I have at least 15 people on the cruise, keep it open. I'll take sales up to the last minute when somebody's, driving up and they're 10 minutes away. I'll be glad to do that. So this is one other level of like security or, kind of rule that you can build into the system when you would decide you want to take slots off sale. But most people are just saying, I'm really interested in shutting off outside sales at, X days or X hours in advance. Now, you can also put little reminders, and this is kind of neat if you want to do reminders and you're looking at where your capacity levels are and when you might need guides or boat captains or additional staff members on site. So you can set up a reminder that says, hey, when we hit, when we've got 40 spaces taken or 25% is only remaining, meaning we've booked 75%. I want to send an email to Bob and Cindy and Tom, and so you can decide who those emails are going to go to as well. So again, really powerful here, but really the first thing that's most important is if you want to set a cutoff time, if you want to stop sale, you got to come into alerts and you got to choose this last option, which is take slots off sale. Now, like I said, you can also send yourself an email that goes along with it, but again, lots of power here with all of these things. Now, if you ever get confused or unsure what to do with either, kind of tweaking some details or how to update your emails or alerts, you can always reach out to us. Just simply click on support over here. It's going to bring you to a little page. You can fill out a little quick email form to us, and it's going to hit our help desk, and we'll be glad to come and assist you with anything. Thanks.